Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vignesh and I am a full stack developer. In this channel we will be discussing about tech and programming. So if you are interested in those kind of content, please do consider subscribing to my channel. So in this video we are going to see how to deploy your static website, maybe it may be your resume or anything. Deploy your static website on AWS EC2 instance.
So guys, let's get started. So in this video, I will be using Amazon's EC2 service to host our website in the cloud. So EC2 is nothing but a virtual server to host our applications. So EC2 is Elastic Cloud Compute, just in case you need the full form. So in this video, I won't be creating the AWS account. I already have a AWS account. It is a prerequisite. You have to create your own account. Please do it, and that is very much required for you to follow this tutorial. You require the credit card to be used, but it won't bill you anything, so don't worry. Just like Netflix, and a stable internet is of course a prerequisite. Okay, let's see how it works and how we are going to do it, how we should actually do it. So the first thing we can do is we have to drop our HTML files, all the projects file to Amazon S3 service. Okay, so it is Amazon S3 is another Amazon service, which is simple storage service, which means it's just like a Google Drive. You can drop any files you want, like HTML files, video, audio, anything you want, and then what we are going to do is Amazon EC2 service, that is the instance that we are going to build, that will get the required HTML files from the S3 bucket that we have created. So, and then from there, it is very much easy for you to access the website with the public IP or the domain. So let's see the steps involved, and let's start the process without the further ado. So the first step is to create the S3 bucket and drop in the HTML files that we require. So after creating the account, you will be directed to the Amazon Management Console. So this is the dashboard. So what you have to do is go to the search bar and type S3. So this is the very first one with the bucket logo. Click on that. You will be taken to the S3 service. Yeah. So now what you have to do is click on create bucket. So here you have to give a unique bucket name. So it is very much important that, so it is not specific for your account or anything. So this is open to all. It is mandatory that it should be unique. So demo host 321, I'll name it as demo host 321. So you can select the AWS region as or whichever is nearer to you can choose that. So I am personally close to Mumbai, so I'm just using AWS region as Mumbai. So next thing you have to do is block public access setting for this bucket. So you have to uncheck this option because we are going to access this bucket from the another Amazon service, that is EC2 service, to get the HTML file. But it is not that you cannot access the files from the EC2 if the block all public access is checked. It's not like that, but we have to extend furthermore steps to in order to get the access right. So let's, for this tutorial purpose, I'm keeping it as unchecked. And then what you have to do is just click create bucket. Is as simple as it is. So you just click on I acknowledge and stuff, and then click create bucket. So now you see the bucket is created successfully. So now what we have to do is we have to drop in our HTML files in this bucket. So what will I do is I'll just open my files. So go to the root directory of your project, the HTML project, then don't just drop in the zip file or anything. So just makes your process easier. So just go to the root of the project structure and select all the files related to the projects, and then just drag in and bring it here. Yeah, see, I have now successfully uploaded the 3 files, and click on upload here. Yeah, now the upload is successful. Now we can access the bucket with access this file in this bucket. So next step we have to do is we have to create an IAM role. So what is IAM role? It is identity access management. So we have to provide the permissions for the EC2 instance to access the files in the S3 bucket. So we have to create a role in identity access management and attach that particular role to the EC2 instance so that it has the authorization to take the pull the files from the S3 bucket. So we are going to do that. We are going to create an IAM role. So go to the search bar and type IAM, and the very first thing you'll see is that. Now go to the roles here in the left side, in the left navigation bar, and now you can click create role. Yeah, so you're creating this for another AWS service, so this option should be ticked. And the common use case, you are building it for EC2 instance, so click the EC2 option here and go next to the permissions. Now what we can do is S3. So the main purpose of this role is to give access to the S3 bucket. So what I'm going to do is create a policy. So we will just add the policy shortly, but we'll just go next, and I'll type the role name. Let's keep it as access S3, something like that, and then click create role. So the role has been created. What we are going to do is click on this role name. So now what we have to do is click on this attach policies option. So in this policy, search for S3. See, Amazon S3 full access, you have to check this option. So you can do this for various other services, different AWS services. You can give access for DynamoDB and other stuff, API gateway, something like that, with the IAM role, and attach that to the EC2 instance. So that is the use case for the IAM role. So after clicking the Amazon S3 full access, click on attach policies. Now you can see that the policy has been successfully attached. So the next step is to create a key pair. We can use that key pair for an instance that we create to access, to give authorization into the virtual cloud server. So this is very important for us to access the EC2 instance from our local machine. So let's see how to create an key pair. So you can now go to the EC2 service. Now you can go to network and security. You have key pair in the left navigation bar. Under network and securities, you have key pair. Now you can click on create key pair. Now you have to make sure that the PPK option is checked because we can directly use it with PuTTY. So you can enter any name. It can be EC2 key pair, something like that. Oh, sorry. And click create pair. So you have to download this wherever you want. So make sure you keep it in a safe place. You shouldn't lose it. And then now what we can do is the next step is to create an EC2 instance. So let's see how we can create an instance with the proper configurations. Click on launch instances. Now click on the Amazon Linux 2 AMI SSD volume. Now you can use any one of these, but if you are creating a new account, you will be eligible for the free tier, this one. So you can very well go with that. So go to next. So here, this is important, the IAM role. So the role which we created in the last step has to be attached here. So the access S3 is the role which I have created. So I'm going to give that role to this EC2 instance. So this is a very important step. So the storage, all these options can be as default. So now configure security group. So this SSH is by default it is there. So we have to use it. So this is for accessing the EC2 instance from anywhere from the world. So 0.0. So this IP means we can access this virtual server from anywhere, any IP in the world, provided you have the key pair. And then we have to make sure we add these two more rules, that is HTTP and HTTPS to do all the web server connections requests. So after doing that, you click launch. and you choose and click on choose existing key pair and click on EC2 key pair which we created just now, and then I acknowledge and then launch the instances. Yeah, now it takes a while to install the, to initialize the EC2 instance. So we will continue when this instance is done. Yeah, see the instance state is pending. So I will resume when the instance state is to running. So now my instance state is up and running. So it is running now. We can access with the server with this IP address, but now we are not going to do that. We will access it shortly. So the next step is download PuTTY and access the EC2 instance via PuTTY. So I will show you how to download and install PuTTY. So just go to Google and type PuTTY. PuTTY download. Yeah, just go to Google and type PuTTY download. Go to this greenland.uk, that link. So you will see like this. So this is MSI installer which particularly installs all of these things, but we will only be needing the SSH and Telnet client itself for this purpose. So I'm going to download this thing. So it's very simple. Just go. It's a exe file. You don't need to install it. So now PuTTY is open. Now what we can do is go to connection and go to SSH, expand it, and go to auth and click on browse. Now click on EC2 keypad and click open. And now go to session and type the following: EC2-user@, and copy this public IPv4 address and paste it here. And now click open and give the permission. Boom, now we are into our virtual server which we just created. Now what we are going to do is follow up some commands so that we download the package files from package files in the HTML files, and then we will just run the server. So first log into the root admin user, then update the packages. We will now install Apache server to host the website. And then in order to host our website in the EC2 instance, we have to go to var/www/html. So we have to make sure that you are inside that folder, and then we have to use this command to pull the appropriate HTML files from the from the S3 bucket. So I'll show you how to do that. Go to the S3 servers. So once you're into the S3 servers, click on the bucket and then just copy the bucket name and come to the notepad and just replace this name remote S3 bucket with the demo host URL, and then click on this local directory to here and then copy this entire command and paste it in the terminal. So boom, I think we got our HTML files. Let's do ls and find if we have actually, yeah. So index HTML file and the image and a CSS folder which I've used has successfully showed up. So now what we are going to do is we are going to start the server. Yeah, I think it has started. Now we can just check it. Go to the EC2 service and then copy the public IP address that it has provided, and then just paste it in the Google. Boom, we got it, fam. Yeah, so this is it. So this is how you host your website in the Amazon AWS EC2 instance. So this is not the final step. We have one more step. So that is, so our website has been hosted. One final step, and that is if this video was helpful, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.